I'm just sitting here smiling to myself in front of the camera trying to take thumbnail pictures, just like... Hello ladies and gentlemen, what is up? Today we are doing a very glam look. As you can see, I am in full glam pretty much. It's just a really pretty brown shadow type of look with some shimmer on the inner corner, and obviously we did some fake lashes and a nude lip to tie in the whole glam. So I really appreciate you guys clicking on the video, and if you want to learn how to create this glam that I created, then keep on watching. Okay, so my baby hairs are just going wild today, so there really isn't much I can do about it. I don't know how to tame them. So I have my base down. I did my foundation, powder, bronzer, brows, that sort of thing. And I'm going to be just basically showing you the eye look for today. So this is going to be a glam look. It's going to be like just like your simple browns and like shimmery shades, just to kind of throw something together before you need to go out, that sort of thing. I'm gonna be using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette. We're just gonna go for some really warm brownie type tones today. So basically I just put foundation on my eyes and then powder on my eyes, so it's already set. I usually only use an eye primer if I'm going for a look that's really colorful or I want it to be really bold, something like that, but typically I just kind of set it and then put a transition shade in the crease first. We're gonna start off pretty warm. I'm going in with raw sienna and I'm just tapping off the excess, and oh my god. The concealer I used on my eye is creasing really bad, so I need to set it again. I will be right back. I'm basically just gonna put some of this color on the outer corner of the eye and start building it into the crease. You guys, these colors are so pigmented, and I know people hate that word, but it's just true. They're just so pigmented. Like, you just need a tiny bit on your brush, and I barely even dipped into it, and look at how much is on my eye already. By the way, this is just like a Sonia Kashuk brush. I don't know the name of it, but any like fluffy brush will work. Also, this foundation is the NARS Natural Radiant Longwear Foundation. That's a mouthful. Anyway, it's such a good foundation. I think I talked about it in the first or second video I made, and I was just trying it out at that point. But every time I wear makeup, I've been using that foundation because I fell in love with it. It has such a gorgeous finish. I have like, my skin is breaking out right now, so don't even worry about it. So as you can see though, if you just ignore that, it's like such a natural finish. I don't have any highlighter on, and it's already like this nice, really dewy finish. So I'm just keeping a rounded type of shape to this look. I don't want to go for like a cat eye today, although don't get me wrong, I love a good cat eye or like a winged out shadow. I've been loving that lately. I'm looking over here. Obviously my mirror is over here, so bear with me on that. So I'm basically just getting the base of this color down right now. I don't know, I kind of do both eyes at the same time. Like, I'll put this color down, then put the color down here, then blend here, then blend here. I know a lot of people like to do it, like do one full eye and then do the other, but I just can't do that. I don't know why. What do you guys do? My mirror is far away, so I'm like sitting here like, hope this is looking okay. So now I'm taking a mostly clean brush that just kind of like, I only used it for like neutral colors, so it's a Morphe M411, and I'm taking that to just blend out the edges of this just so everything looks blended. I don't know how dark this is showing up on camera, but it doesn't even look like a transition shade right now because it looks kind of dark. Every time I film, I have to do my bronzer like twice as much as I'd usually do. And I end up looking pale anyway because I am pale, but I just hope I didn't like overdo it today because your girl is pale and wants to be a little more tan. My luck, I'm gonna watch this video back and be like, oh my god, your bronzer looks crazy. I think I'm done blending these edges out, so next, what color? I want to keep it super warm, but I feel like burnt orange is kind of orange. Dare I say orange? Yeah, I'm gonna do it. So I wanted to keep it in the same palette, but I just really like this color. This is one of my like custom made palettes from Anastasia Beverly Hills. The name, I think this is Brick. Yeah, I'm gonna use this shadow, which is called Brick. It's just a little bit, it's kind of like burnt orange honestly, but it's just a little bit more like darker cocoa-y color. I want to kind of stay in that realm. I don't want it to be like orange, which it already is looking a little bit orange, so I want to make sure I kind of stay away from that. So what I'm doing is I'm taking a little bit on a bullet brush. I'm using the Morphe E36, so I'm gonna do that and put it on the outer corner and place this a little bit carefully because I want to kind of start the shape with this bullet brush. So I'm just working it into the crease, making sure I get that nice and defined before I start blending it out. I want to get the color down first. And once you have that color kind of down like it is now, I'm going to just take the same brush and I'm gonna start blending out the edges. So when I blend this out, I'm gonna be a little bit more careful because with the transition shade, it's kind of like, you know, you just throw it anywhere kind of. But when I get the darker colors down, I kind of want to stay close to where the color is placed so that I can blend into the transition and make it really flawless. And again, I'm just blending in circular motions, just like really small circular motions to make sure I get everything blended. So I have combination skin. Combination skin being like oily, dry, normal, anything that exists, I pretty much have it. So I typically have to, I mean, if you guys have skin like this, you know, you typically have to put down like a good amount of powder if it's hot out or you're going somewhere where you need your makeup to last all day. So earlier I was baking my face and I didn't want to have it too matte, so I was like, I'll just put a little bit of powder on like my nose. I did like a nose contour. I'm like, I'll just put a little bit on, leave it on for a few minutes, and then I'll brush it off in like 10 minutes when I'm done with like my bronzer and all that. You guys, I go to brush it off and it's just gone. It's just gone. It just like sank into my skin because my skin is that oily. It was like, that's good. I don't know if that's embarrassing or not, but it's just the truth. I'm trying to leave the inner third of the eye like kind of free of product, but basically I'm going to take whatever's left on my brush from blending the outer corner and just kind of bring what's in like the outer crease and like the middle of the crease into the inner corner a little bit just to kind of tie the colors together. Now I'm taking that Sonia Kashuk brush and I'm just blending out the edges again. Just blending along the way makes everything so much easier later because every color you put down is going to be that much easier to blend out. So I'm just going to keep working on this eye blending, and I'm also going to put down the color and blend on this eye, and I will see you when I'm done with that. Okay, now it's getting fun because we're going to go in with darker colors to deepen up the crease and add a lot of dimension. So I'm going to be taking that same bullet brush, going in with the color Cypress Umber. It's just like a really deep brown. Tapping off the excess. Be careful with this color, it is very dark and it can quickly go wrong, speaking from experience. So start that on the outer corner and keep it kind of close to the lash line, close to the outer edge. And just kind of keep that same shape, bring it up into the crease a little bit, nothing too crazy. Just kind of blend it out. Just add little tiny bits at a time because, like I said, it can go wrong quickly. But at the same time, we want this look to be dark and dramatic anyway, so, you know, just start out slow and then add as much depth as you find necessary. I'm just blending as I go, so put a little color down, blend it out a little bit with the bullet brush, and then come back with a fluffier, this is kind of like a dense brush actually. It's not quite as fluffy as the M441 from Morphe, but you can just see, like, if you take a little bit of a denser brush, you can kind of get those colors to blend out really well. We love a dramatic eye. Also, I forgot to mention, maybe I don't have to mention it, but just like watch out for fallout. I'm really not getting any because these shadows are just like my favorite shadows. They work really well for me, but if you put a whole bunch on your brush, you'll probably get a little bit of fallout, so just be aware of that. I think Anastasia Beverly Hills shadows are some of my favorite shadows. It's actually one of my favorite makeup brands. I think probably my favorite makeup brand. And that's saying something because I am hugely into makeup. So now I'm going to take a small brush. I'm using this e.l.f. concealer brush, and I'm just going to take a little bit of pretty much all the colors we used. Like, I'm going to start out with Raw Sienna, add a little bit of that, tap off any excess. So I'm basically just taking that color Raw Sienna and running it right under my lash line, and I'm going to kind of blend it out so it's a little bit smoky, and then put that color, probably a tiny bit of Cypress Umber, like closer to the lash line. So now I have the dark shadows mapped out. What I'm going to do next is I want to add a shimmer on like the inner third, and I want it to be kind of pink-ish. So I was thinking about going in with Primavera, but I think I'm going to go in with Vermeer, and I'm just taking this flat-headed brush that is actually from the Modern Renaissance palette, and I'm just taking the side that's like a flat brush side, and I'm going to dip into Vermeer and just kind of start blending that onto my lid. I'm gonna go in with something else to make it more intense as well, but for now I just kind of want to get the edges like blended. So I'm gonna go in with the same color. I kind of got like the base down, and I'm gonna go in with the same brush and everything, but I'm gonna add some Fix Plus to it, which is just gonna make it way more intense. So I'm just spritzing my brush and then dipping into that color Vermeer, and then I'm going to brush it on where I want it to be the brightest and most poppin'. Now I'm just blending in those edges with the same dense brush just to make sure everything is blended out really well. And also, pro tip, if you want to do a cut crease but you don't want to go through all the motions of, like, you know, taking the shadow off where you want to cut it, putting down the primer and all of that, kind of a way to do like a cheater's cut crease I've found is doing this, like just taking MAC Fix Plus and whatever shadow, especially if it's like a shimmer shadow, and just kind of putting it on the brush, carving it like you would a cut crease, and see how this creates, like, it looks like I did a cut crease, but I didn't. I literally just went in and went like that. And if it gets a little bit messy, like the shimmer comes onto where you have your mattes, like mine did, I'm just going back in with a little bit of Cypress Umber just to kind of strengthen that color again so that it doesn't get all faded. So my camera stopped recording, but basically I just went in, I don't know where it cut off, but I went in with Vermeer, the Fix Plus, went right over to create this kind of like cheater's cut crease situation, and then blended in all the colors that I used before just to kind of make sure that everything was still visible and like the shimmer didn't get in the way of it too much. So now we are kind of done with the shadows, and what I'm going to do next is I'm going to line my eye and put on some lashes. Lashes are on, so these lashes are from Beauty Creations and they're in the style Bossy. They're really pretty, just like a little bit dramatic but not too much, you know? The eyes are done, so the next thing that we're going in with is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit in Sun Dipped. This is one of my favorite highlighters of all time. Like, it's a great highlighting palette, but I always go in with Moonstone, and no different today. I'm going in with this fluffy brush and Moonstone. So I'm just applying this to my cheekbones, and I'm also going to apply it above the brow, down the nose, Cupid's bow, and I'm also going to put a little bit under my brow. I also went in with a little bit more bronzer because it was just kind of fading. So just to blend the bronzer and the highlighter together nicely, I'm taking a fluffy brush, just to, like a medium-sized fluffy brush, just to kind of tie everything in. And we have to do a nude lip, you guys, obviously. I mean, it wouldn't be a glam going out type of look without a nude lip. So we are going in with the NYX lip liner in the shade Nude Suede Shoes. And this I'm just going to outline my lips with, overline them a little bit. And you guys, that's the finished look. We didn't do any crazy cut creases, anything too difficult. It's just a really good look for like night out on the town, going out with the girls, like that sort of thing. Like I said, it's pretty easy, so if you don't have a lot of time, I can do this makeup look in about like 45 minutes. So if you just kind of want like a quicker look, I'm not gonna say quick look because that's not that quick, but if you just want like a quicker look to throw together before you go out on a Friday or Saturday night, something like that, this is definitely a good go-to. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you liked it, please give it a like, subscribe if you liked this makeup tutorial and you want to see more stuff like this. I will obviously leave all my social media, everything like that below. Other than that, I think this video is over, so I will see you guys next time. Bye. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna be using the Anastasia, and so like I was saying, did I for real just do that? Wait, did I? I can't even tell. Is my nose contour messed up now? Did I just get eyeshadow on my face? I can't even tell. We are glam today, ladies and gentlemen. I think I'm a different person when I'm glam. I'm definitely not the same person as I was like an hour ago. My battery's gonna die. Oh no. These lashes are so pretty. I recommend these lashes to anyone and everyone.